Okay, so you probably all remember the Transformers, right? You know those robots that turned into cars, or cars turning into robots? Anyway, let's imagine instead of turning into a car, well, actually the Transformer would turn into a car, but then it would turn back into a watch. Watch to car, car to watch, a watch car transformer.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So what you just witnessed, my friends, was me trying to set up today's video in a not completely stupid way. Well, clearly I failed. So let me just gonna give it to you straight up. Today we're gonna play the game of what if watch brands were cars. My name's David. Welcome to Watchcraft. Alright people, as you now know, I'm not good at setting up stuff, so let me just get in right away. We're gonna start with the first brand, and that is Rolex. So if Rolex was a car brand, what would it be? Easy one in my opinion. Rolex definitely is a Mercedes. You're talking about a product that is, well, pretty much mass market by now, but still perceived as the height of luxury. It's got good build quality, solid marketing, great reputation, and yeah, like almost anybody, being a bit frugal, saving up for a few years, will be able to own a Mercedes and feeling like he or she made it. Same with a Rolex. It's pretty expensive, but not unachievable, and once you slap it on the wrist, you're gonna feel pretty good about yourself. By the way, speaking of slapping on the wrist, quick wristwatch check for today. I am wearing the Omega Speedmaster. That's the latest iteration of the classic Speedmaster line with the new super comfortable band. And if you must know, that's the Hasselite version. Okay, round number 2 of what if watch brands were cars. Next up we have Patek Philippe. All right, I gotta say Patek, that's probably, Patek's a Bentley. Yeah, I wanted to go with Rolls-Royce first. You know, real luxury product, basically designed for the rich. Unlike Mercedes, who is basically designed for the masses, or let's say the more wealthy part of the masses, but not the super rich. Patek though, I mean, you're easily gonna spend 50,000 on a watch there. So definitely Rolls-Royce territory. But I'm also thinking about the Aquanaut, I'm thinking about the Nautilus, which are a bit more sporty, I would say, for a younger clientele maybe. So that's why I'd go with Bentley here. Pretty much as unattainable as a Rolls-Royce, but in a more sporty, youngish look. All right, next up we have Richard Mille. Okay, if Richard Mille was a car brand, definitely would be a Lamborghini, right? I mean, they both look great in pictures, which is super cool. I mean, a Lamborghini is probably the closest you can buy to a Batmobile. And you know you want a Batmobile since you were a kid. Don't lie to yourself, you want a Batmobile. Same with the Lamborghini. Looking at the pictures, you probably want one, but then actually sitting in it, you're gonna feel like a douchebag. I mean, it's just too much. Too much attention, too over the top, not practical at all. And same with the Richard Mille. You want one until you wear one. Then you're gonna go like, man, this is too much. So yeah, Richard Mille, definitely a Lamborghini. Both nice things to dream about at night, but nothing you should actually buy. Okay, next up we got Apple Watch. Now this one is hard for me, my friends. This one is hard because it's obvious. An Apple Watch, if it was a car brand, it would be a Tesla. And it's hard for me because I absolutely love Teslas. But I would never, in a million years, put an Apple Watch on my wrist. But it's just a perfect fit. I mean, let's talk about the Apple Watch first. That is a watch that can do everything your watch does 10 times better. Plus, it can do a million other things. The only thing it can't do or doesn't have is a proper mechanical engine. Same with a Tesla. Better at everything than your regular gas car. And the only thing it cannot do or cannot be is a car with an internal combustion engine. Right? I mean, it's easy to see that a Tesla Model S is superior in any way to, let's say, a 1970s Porsche 911. It's even faster, way faster. But sitting in it, Driving it, probably more fun in the 911. But let's move on here. I cannot bear this comparison any longer. Next one we got is Seiko. Seiko, if Seiko were a watch brand, clearly be Toyota. I mean, think about it. Toyota has got a car for everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean pretty much everybody can afford a Toyota. But every now and then they came up with a model that's just an instant classic and basically dominating the sector. Think about the Toyota Land Cruiser, for example. Now that's a car. If you're looking for a rugged, reliable car, you can't find anything better than a Toyota Land Cruiser. Same with Seiko. They churn out watches for the masses, but every now and then there's an SKX in there, something that people will talk about even in 50 years from now. Okay, next up we got Hublot. I had to think about this for about a minute. Well, actually I had to think about it for about 5 seconds, and the other 55 seconds I spent Googling the name of that car brand I was thinking about. Of course, I'm talking about Hongqi here. If you're not familiar with Hongqi, Hongqi is a Chinese manufacturer of luxury cars, and they are responsible for this kind of monstrosities. Take a look. Yeah, real pretty, right? So Hongqi's strategy is pretty much build a car that vaguely resembles a Rolls-Royce, just subtract all the elegance and just turn everything to 11, then slap a huge price tag on it and sell it to the people who want to appear super rich. That's exactly the Hublot playbook. Build something that screams money in your face. If the product is good or not, nobody even cares. Write a crazy amount on the price tag and watch people wear them at the beach club in Saint-Tropez. Well, Shanghai in the case of Hongqi. But you get my point. Okay, next up we got Cartier. Now Cartier, that was a hard one for me. But I think if Cartier was a car brand, it would be Porsche. Not because of the movements or the engines in the case of the car, but as I said in another video, I think Cartier is all about design. Look at some Cartier watches. The Tank, for example. The Santos. The Crash. Those are all design icons. Same with Porsche. The 911. That's a design icon in sports cars. And pretty much the only sports car where you can actually see that the 2022 model and the 1960 model are related to one another. So yeah, it might be a little bit of reach here, but I think if Cartier would be a car brand, it would be Porsche. Okay, let's see what else we got. Omega. Omega I think would be Audi. Yeah, if I compare Audi to Mercedes, which is Rolex as we now know, then I would say Audi offers about the same quality, but it's just a little less tacky, right? They're trying not as hard to be perceived as super luxury. They're a little bit more utility focused. And same with Omega. They pretty much offer the same quality as Rolex, but their marketing is a little bit toned down. You could just as easily say Omega is VW, Volkswagen, just because of the amount of different watches they offer. Volkswagen also has really, really wide product line. So I think either one here, but if I had to go with one, Omega equals Audi. Okay, next one we got Hamilton. Hamilton's slogan is American Spirit, Swiss Precision. Or the other way around. Anyway, so we're looking for some American spirit. We're looking for something straight up, no nonsense, that can be used in the field, in the dust, in the mud. Something that is cool as well. I mean, that's got to be a cheap, right? I'm thinking about the Wrangler here specifically. Like a Hamilton field watch is pretty much a cheap Wrangler. Now I'm gonna stop right here because I don't have any other good reason for this comparison. But that's just what it feels like to me. If Hamilton was a car brand, it probably would be cheap. Okay, next up, Grand Seiko. Well, Grand Seiko, that's clearly Lexus. Clearly got to be Lexus. I mean, take a regular Seiko, make it way better, and then ask more money for it, and you got a Grand Seiko. Take a Toyota, make it way better, ask more money for it, and you got a Lexus. If Seiko is a Toyota, Grand Seiko has got to be a Lexus. Okay, what else we got? FP Journe, interesting one. FP Journe probably has got to be Pagani, right? We got a company that is still owned and led and pretty much driven by its founder, who's trying to make just no-nonsense products that set new standards for the industry. They don't care about affordability. They don't care about who would be interested in buying the products. They just focus on making awesome products, right? You got something like the Pagani Utopia on the one hand, and on the other hand, you got something like the FP Journe Chronomètre à Résonance. That's pretty much the same thing. Okay, what's next? Audemars Piguet. If Audemars Piguet would be a car brand, probably would be Ferrari, right? They got one product that everybody wants, the Royal Oak on the watch side, let's say a Ferrari sports car on the other side, doesn't matter which model exactly, and now they're trying to push other stuff on the customers that they don't really want. I'm talking about the Code 1159. Ferrari, they're gonna come up with their own SUV first, electric vehicles later on, but people don't really care about that. If you buy Ferrari, you want it to be a red V8 that is super fucking loud and just screams sports car. If you buy an Audemars Piguet, you want that Royal Oak and nothing else. So I'd say that's a decent comparison here, right? Okay, what else we got? Panerai. Panerai. If Panerai was a car brand, well, it's got to be an Italian one. I'd go with Alfa Romeo here, I think. They make nice cars. They look somewhat unique, stylish, you could say, but you really never know what you're gonna get. You could drive off the lot and 10 minutes later the car can break down. Who knows? Maybe they even put a VW motor in there without telling you. But you wanted some of that Italian flair. Now you got it. Congratulations. Okay, friends, that's all I got for today. I hope you found it at least a little bit entertaining. If you don't want to miss the next episode, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you then. Have a good one.